וכחול, והיא יבשה מים, ומדבר ירוק, מגדל שבשמיים, דור שקבע דגל כחול לבן, ודור חדש שבא לנצח את הזמן. אנחנו כאן לעד, לטעת ולבנות, מחלום לתקווה את ארץ האבות. ישראל היא הבית שלי, ישראל החלום שלי, ישראל כאן ועכשיו, ישראל, ישראל, ישראל היא הבית שלי, ישראל החלום שלי, ישראל כאן ועכשיו, ישראל, ישראל היא הבית שלי, ישראל החלום שהייתי, ישראל כאן ועכשיו, ישראל, ישראל, ישראל היא הבית שלי, ישראל החלום שהייתי, ישראל כאן ועכשיו, ישראל, ישראל. והבנות, מה עם הבנות? חפש בישראל הן הכי יפות. והבנים, מה עם הבנים? כולם צבע שוקו על איזה שזופים. כמה מסיבות, קופצים ברחבות, מת על השמש אבל חם לי ברמות.
ליאור, דודו, תעשו שכולם יעזוזו. ליאור, דודו, תעשו שכולם יעזוזו.
חגיגה בישראל, תגיד תודה לאל שיש לנו בית. השמיים נקיים בשמש לפנים, תרימו לחיים. אז באנו לעשות לכם טירוף, כולם תנימו את הידיים לשמיים. תמיד אתה יכול לברוח מהכל, דודו, עשו לשמיים. מיום ראשון עד חמישי כולם עובדים קשה אבל זה לא אישי, ובשישי, אך יום שישי חצי הלכו לים חצי בבוקר משפחתי, עם שחם תימני וערק יווני, אוכל מרוקאי קינוח רומני.
ליאור, דודו, תעשו שכולם יעזוזו. ליאור, דודו, תעשו שכולם יעזוזו.
חגיגה בישראל, תגיד תודה לאל שיש לנו בית. השמיים נקיים בשמש לפנים, תרימו לחיים. אז באנו לעשות לכם טירוף, כולם תנימו את הידיים לשמיים. תמיד אתה יכול
Hi, everyone. Welcome. I just have a couple of logistical pieces before we get started. You might notice Kulani looks a little bit different this time around. For everybody's safety and comfort, we're not all able to see each other, but as always, we encourage you to dance along and sing along at home. And also we will be recording this Kulani so that those who are not able to be with us live are able to view it later, and you can watch it later as well too. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to Rabbi Daniel Septimus.
Thank you, Alachua and Shalom. I would like to once again thank you and Rachel Stern, the entire team at Shalom Austin's Bernard and Audrey Rappaport Center for Jewish Culture and Education, and our amazing community leaders for their hard work in putting together our third and special Yom HaAtzmaut Kulanu. And today we come together as 13 Jewish agencies to celebrate Israel's 72nd Independence Day. And to kick us off, it is my distinct honor to introduce our Consul General, Gilad Katz. Consul General Gilad Katz was appointed as head of post on August of 2017 to lead the Consulate General of Israel to the Southwest United States, which is responsible for the 6-state region of Arkansas, Kansas, Louisiana, New Mexico, Oklahoma, and of course, Texas. The consulate's departments include academic, cultural, Hispanic, press, political, and strategic affairs. Now, prior to assuming his post here at the Southwest Consulate, Consul General Katz held the title of advisor to Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. During his tenure in the office of Prime Minister, he held prestigious titles such as head of Hebrew Correspondence Department and the Public Affairs Department. And Consul General Katz has a background in policy, communications, and education. He served as a correspondent for Makor Rishon newspaper in Israel and has earned a promotion as the political and diplomatic correspondent for the newspaper. Katz spent a decade in education, and during this time, he served as a public representative in the directorate of the Education Corporation for Shoham's local council in Shoham, Israel. He was part of the elite unit of Sanhanim paratroopers and served for 15 years in Israel's reserve unit of paratroopers until 2010. He earned an MA in political science and communications from Bar-Ilan University and a BA in political science, communications, and history from Bar-Ilan University. And probably most importantly, Consul General Katz is married to Mrs. Marav Katz, and they have 5 children, I think all of whom have been on our campus in the past year. Consul General Katz, thank you for joining our community today and sharing words of welcome on this very important occasion.
Thank you very much. Thank you. And shalom to you all. Thank you for allowing me to take part in your special event, and a special thanks to the organizers and to my dear friend, Rabbi Septimus. In the Jewish tradition, we learn that each and every individual is treated as an entire world. The reason is plain and simple. Every individual is unique and singular. Therefore, he or she are forever indispensable. If this is the case with individuals, just think how we should relate and respect a whole community. Each Jewish community has its special nature. From my personal knowledge and experience, I can say that the Jewish community of Greater Austin is strong, vibrant, and a special community. That is why the Jewish world will not be the same without your outstanding community. This is not lip service. This is the plain Jewish truth. All your organizations, synagogues, and other institutions, all the families, all of you make a community that inspires the entire world. So all I can hope and bless you by saying that you have to keep on your mission of making your community, the Jewish world, and our universe a better place. Shalom. Thank you.
Toda rabba, Consul General Katz. Thank you very, very much for your inspiring words and the partnership that we have here in Central Texas with the State of Israel and with the brothers and sisters together is really a privilege for us, and we appreciate your leadership. We thank you. And today, my name is Rabbi Neil Blumoff of Agudas Achim. We're very glad to present some of the best music and some of the most inspiring voices in our community. And we want to start with the Song of Songs, Hatikva, sung by Ilani Ilan, who's a member of our Jewish community. So if you're able to stand, we want to center ourselves, ground ourselves in the hope of the connection that we have with the Jewish state and with the people. So if we could, Ilani, whenever you're ready.
Hello, everyone. I want to say I'm very excited to be here and proud being part of the Israeli community in Austin. And I welcome you all to stand up and sing with me the Israeli anthem. Oops, sorry. כל עוד בלבב פנימה, נפש יהודי הומיה, ופתי מזרח קדימה, עין לציון צופיה. עוד לא אבדה תקוותנו, התקווה בת שנות 2000, להיות עם חופשי בארצנו, ארץ ציון וירושלים. להיות עם חופשי בארצנו, ארץ ציון וירושלים. Thank you.
Toda rabah. Thank you so much, Ilani. And we are so excited to have many wonderful musicians share their musical Torah, share their impressions, share their stories about their connections to Israel. We're going to begin with Rabbi Cantor Robbie Sherwin, who is affiliated with Kol Halev and so many other wonderful Jewish communities, who's going to be introducing her song Ani Ve'ata, and then we'll continue with a really beautiful journey through. So enjoy, relax. You can look at the screen. Maybe you'll want to get up and dance a little bit. We'll see what happens. So Rabbi Cantor Sherwin, let's listen.
Shalom, y'all. I wish I could say that Ani Ve'ata is indeed my song. It is a very famous song written by Mickey Gavrilov and Arik Einstein, a song that came out of the 1967 war, and a song that is still so beloved and so often sung in Israel, the diaspora, and beyond. Please join me if you know the song. אני ואתה נשנה את העולם, אני ואתה אז יבואו כבר כולם. אמרו רצה קודם לפניי לא משנה, אני ואתה נשנה את העולם. אני ואתה ננסה מההתחלה, יהיה לנו רע אין דבר, זה לא נורא. אמרו את זה קודם לפניי לא משנה, אני ואתה נשנה את העולם. אני ואתה נשנה את העולם, אני ואתה אז יבואו כבר כולם. אמרו את זה קודם לפניי, אז לא משנה, אתה משנה את העולם, את העולם, את העולם. You and I will change the world, you and I, and by then all will follow. Others have said it before, but it doesn't matter. You and I will change the world. Yom Huledet Sameach leYisrael. Happy birthday to Israel. May you rise, may you shine, may you continue to be a light to all the nations.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate that and connections that we make, Ani ve'ata, you and I, together. I appreciate that hope. We're going to feature now Cantor Yitzchak Ben Moshe from Beth El, who I don't know, you can maybe answer this question, Cantor Ben Moshe. Is the Annie musical based on this song Machar? I'm not really sure. I think it's I'm not really sure. Maybe you can help us.
Hard to say. Hard to say. I'd have to do a Google search and see what was published first. And okay. So this song is called Machar, which, as Rabbi Blumoff Sorry, I somehow got muted. This song, Mahar, Tomorrow, was published in 1967 by Naomi Shemer. And I think it reflects the eternal Jewish and Israeli optimism. None of this is an allegory, and it's not a dream. It's as true as the light of noon. All of this will come tomorrow, if not today, and if not tomorrow, then on the day after. And just a moment, we'll have it on screen. There. Are we ready? Okay. מחר אולי נפליג בספינות מחוף אילת עד חוף שנהר, ועל המשחטות הישנות יטעינו תפוחי זהב. כל זה אינו משל ולא חלום, זה נכון כאור בצהריים. כל זה יבוא מחר אם לא היום, ואם לא מחר אז מחרתיים. מחר יקומו אלף שיכונים, ושיר יעוף במרפסות, ושלל כלניות וצבעונים יעלו מתוך ההריסות. כל זה אינו משל ולא חלום, זה נכון כאור הצהריים. כל זה יבוא מחר אם לא היום, ואם לא מחר אז מחרתיים. מחר כשהצבא יפשוט מדיו, ליבנו יעבור לדום. כה איש יבנה בשתי ידיו את מה שהוא חלם היום. כל זה אינו משל ולא חלום, זה נכון כאור בצהריים. כל זה יבוא מחר אם לא היום, ואם לא מחר, ואם עוד לא מחר, ואם עוד לא מחר, אז מחרתיים, מחרתיים. יום הולדת שמח למדינת ישראל. Happy birthday to the state of Israel.
Thank you so much, Cantor Ben Moshe. A beautiful, inspiring song that maybe takes some of us back as Rabbi Cantor Sherwin's song to a very interesting and important time in history as we continue to apply the lessons of what we learn to what is now. We feature now Rabbi Rebecca Reese from Shir Ami, who's going to sing a really interesting and beautiful song about partnership, introducing more beauty and complexity as she sings Salam and Od Yavo Shalom. Rabbi Reese?
Well, thank you so much, Rabbi Blumoff. So I believe everyone can see this screen share now. This song has a really special place in my heart and my Israel story, because the first time I got to go to Israel was on Birthright Israel with Texas Hillel back in 2001, and we were greeted in our opening night by this song. And it's sung now in summer camps and even on the radio in Israel. And it was released in 1997. So there was a lot going on that was violent and a lot that was going on that was hopeful. And I think that's still the world we live in. And as it says here, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, peace will yet come upon us. Od is a great word in Hebrew. So maybe not yet, but still yet is possible. All right, please join with me from home. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kulam. Again. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kulam. Salam Aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam, salam, salam Aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam, salam. From the beginning. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kulam. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kulam. Salam Aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam, salam, salam Aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam, salam. Last one. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kulam. Yom Sameach, Israel. We love you.
Thank you, Rabbi Reese. And it's really, really informative and wonderful and illuminating to hear of your story and your connection to Israel, the land, the people, and the songs. And thank you so much for sharing. We're really pleased to introduce two people new to our Kulanu series. They've been music directors at Congregation Shalom Ra for 25 years. Barbara Taft and Abraham Davidson, who I think are singing an original song called I Am a Stone of Jerusalem. Please.
This song was inspired by my encounter with the old city of Jerusalem back in 1974. I was walking through one night and I saw the moon reflected off of the cobblestones. And I wondered, these stones have been here for hundreds of years. What stories could they tell? I am a stone.
I am a stone of Jerusalem, worn smooth by years and washed by tears of duration. A place of peace, a place of rest within the folded wings of love. Happy birthday.
Wow, thank you so very much. I'm a little bit out of breath from dancing for that. Give me just a little hop, so I got a little break here for a second. That was really fantastic. Beautiful song, Barbara and Abraham. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Absolutely. We're also introducing and proud to bring out Sarah Kay, who is the music program assistant at Temple Beth Shalom and also does great work in the ECP Early Childhood Program. She's going to sing a really beautiful song, Bashana Haba'ah. Sarah, great to welcome you to Kulanu.
Thank you for having me. So I have two wonderful experiences visiting Israel. One was as a 16-year-old growing up in Barrington, Rhode Island. We did a teen tour, and I actually found a picture of me pulling a camel with one of the teens that was on my program with me. And then again, as an educator at the Austin Jewish Academy, I got to go on the program called Kivunim and just be immersed in the amazing culture of Israel and bring that back to my students. Both were very meaningful experiences, and I do hope to go back again soon. This song, Bashana Haba'ah, has a special place in my heart because it's one that has been a part of our Passover Seder for many, many years. My cousin and I always sit down at the piano and do this as a duet as part of our after meal entertainment. So I hope you'll sing along with me while I play it for you. Bashana Haba'ah neshב אל המרפסת ונספור ציפורים נודדות, ילדים בחופשה ישחקו תופסת בין הבית לבין השדות. תראה כמה טוב יהיה בשנה הבאה. תראה כמה טוב יהיה בשנה הבאה. ענבים אדומים יבשילו עד הערב ויוגשו בצונים לשולחן, ורוחות רדומים הסילו אדם דרך עיתונים השושנים וענן. תראה כמה טוב יהיה בשנה הבאה. תראה כמה טוב יהיה בשנה הבאה. בשנה הבאה נפרוס כפות ידיים מול האור הניגר הלבן. ענף הלבנה תפרוס את האור נפיפיים והשמש תזרח בתוכן. או תראה כמה טוב יהיה בשנה הבאה. או תראה כמה טוב יהיה בשנה הבאה. חג שמח.
Thank you so much, Sarah. Hopefully next time we'll all have a chance to come to your Passover Seder and join you in harmony. Thank you for a lovely, lovely, beautiful song. And I was thinking about these wonderful songs from cherished friends and colleagues. And when I traveled to Israel, and I think I've counted, I think we're at 34 trips to Israel so far. The summer that I was planning to go, unfortunately, has been delayed. So we'll stay with that for a while. But whenever I get to go, and maybe you do too, I like to walk all over. I'm usually based in Jerusalem, and I like to go through the hills of Jerusalem and all over the city, and especially the public spaces like the refurbished First Station, where you can very often find unexpected discoveries and treasures. This in Hebrew is called Hatachana Harishona, and there is a wonderful meeting place with so many cultural gatherings, people of all ages. And I think we may hear after me is a cantorial soloist, Sarah Avner, going to sing a really beautiful song by Nava Tehila, who's one of the featured groups in the First Station during the summer, certainly as well. But last time I was there, I was really struck by a group of people, if you guys doing some Israeli dancing, doing a really big circles, and they were some older people, toddlers and strollers being pushed by their caretakers. It was a really lovely melange of the Jewish people. And there was a guy just kind of with like a battery pack doing his thing, singing songs of the founding of Israel. And it was really quite a beautiful recognition of past and future together, being in that present. And earlier this year, thanks to Rachel Stern and Alachua Nazarenko, I was able and privileged to teach a multi-week class for Shalom Austin about Jewish music. And I want to revisit some of these favorites that maybe you know, and maybe get our bodies moving a little bit too, as we do a little bit of a hora. So the good news is we can't see, it's not great, but move the chairs, y'all, get it together. We're going to do like a little bit of a hora. And as we get it together, as you're doing that, by the way, I just wanted to announce too, Rabbi Dan Milner is going to be offering an inspiring class in the coming weeks about some of the royalty as described in our Torah and sacred texts. So check that out on the Shalom Austin page as well. So I wanted to share just kind of like conjuring what that guy was doing at the First Station, sing a little bit of the melody. I'm not going to share the words because I want you to close your eyes and join hands with the people with whom you are, and listen and take a brief screen break, if you will. He was singing songs like Nigun Atik. You guys remember that one? Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. So that brought a great big smile to my face. The one I want to do two small ones here. This is from the founding of the state of Israel. It's from the Yishuv, where much of the influences were brought from Europe, and it's called Arza Alinu, Shmuel Navon, and it's you can maybe hear a little bit of the European flourish or nigun or melody there too. Then I want to end with a little bit of a Debbie Friedman. I was so inspired by the beginning of our song Im Tirtzu, which is the last aspect of Hatikva. If you will it, it is no dream to be free in our land, Be'eretz Zion v'Yerushalayim. So, let's see what happens. Okay, so maybe dance a little bit and sing along if you want to. Arza Alinu, Arza Alinu, Arza Alinu. We have come to the land our home. We have plowed and we have sown, and yet we've not yet reached our fullest potential. Artzalinu, Artzalinu, Artzalinu. Kvar charashnu v'gam zaranu, kvar charashnu v'gam zaranu, aval od lo katzanu, aval od lo katzanu. Hey, Artzalinu, Artzalinu, Artzalinu. Artzalinu, Artzalinu, Artzalinu. Kvar charashnu v'gam zaranu, kvar charashnu v'gam zaranu, aval od lo katzanu, aval od lo katzanu, aval od lo katzanu. Im tirtzu, enzo agada, enzo agada. Liotam chofshi be'artzeinu, be'eretz, eretz Sion, Sion, Yerushalayim. Tirtzu, im tirtzu, enzo agada, enzo agada. Liotam chofshi be'artzeinu, Be'eretz, Eretz, Sion, Sion, Yerushalayim. So let us continue to merge past and present together as we craft, God willing, a healthy, beautiful future together for all of us together. We feature to end and to encapsulate all of our music and to hold the space here is a cantorial soloist, Sarah Avner from Beth Israel, who's going to sing a really lovely Oseh Shalom.
Thank you so much, Rabbi Blumoff. Thank you, everyone. Your music has been beautiful and inspiring. In life, we are sometimes privileged to have children. And if we are open to it, our children can teach us to love something we didn't know we needed to love. And in our home, my oldest son fell in love with the country Israel and opened our eyes to it in ways we never could have guessed. He attends boarding school there, and then his sister has chosen to take the same path. So this photo that I'm sharing was a sunset in Jerusalem in December 2018 when we traveled there to celebrate the holiday of Hanukkah. It was glorious to be there because it wasn't a heavy tourist season. It wasn't over winter break for America. So we really got to see all the sights and the sounds and take this in without a lot of tourists. And we got to see this country that Jacob loves so much through his eyes. He took us to all his favorite spots. It was really a lot of fun. But this sunset, we had spent the day at the museum in Jerusalem, and we were walking to the old city to meet somebody and to get a cup of coffee. And we just couldn't stop turning around to look at the sky because it was really phenomenal. Nothing has been done to this picture. It really looked like this. So I hope that maybe one day you get to travel there and you get to create some memories that make your heart smile when you look back at the photos. But this Oseh Shalom, so the picture in the background here, it was Yom Ha'atzmaut on Wednesday, and the kids' boarding school decorated appropriately for it. So this is a picture taken at school, shared with the parents. Look, this is what we're doing. So I hope you'll join me in this fantastic Oseh Shalom. That could lead to dancing. We don't know. That's up to you. It starts out with a little bit of a nigun. So if you know this, please join in. May the one who makes peace in the high heavens make peace for us, for all Israel, and for all who inhabit the earth. Amen.
Amen. Wow, it's one of my favorites. Thank you so much, Sarah, for your beautiful and spirited presentation. We really want to say thank you before Rabbi Milner comes on, just to cantorial soloist Sarah Avner, to Sarah Kay, to Barbara Taft and Abraham Davidson, to Rabbi Rebecca Reese, Cantor Yitzhak Ben Moshe, Rabbi Cantor Robbie Sherwin, Ilani Ilan, Council General Gilad Katz, as well as Rabbi Septimus, Alachua Nazarenko, and Rachel Stern, and so many at Shalom Austin who are making it happen all the time. So it's really, really great. And as we think about our connection to Israel, as we bring Kulana to a close with some words of Torah, I want us to think about what these songs may conjure for us. Maybe they're new, maybe they're familiar. And what memories do we have, and how have we shared Israel with friends and family? And especially as we go forward from here, what's next as we appreciate the state of Israel as a miracle in our world? So long after this recording, let's be invited, please, in all that we do to move, clap, snap, and celebrate Israel. So with song made speech, Rabbi Dan Milner from Tiferet Israel.
Thank you so much. Chag Sameach to everybody. And just wanted to say a quick word of Torah. So Rabbi Blumoff beautifully sang Im Tirtzu Enzo Agada, and he mentioned the word miracle in his last statement. And it's something that I want to talk about very briefly. Im Tirtzu Enzo Agadas, if you will it, a dream, if you will it, it's not a fairy tale. But the way I choose to read that is that miracles can happen. Miracles happen, and we have to believe in miracles. And I want to share a story with you, a very short story with you, and bring that back to the way I understand the role of Medinat Yisrael in my life and in the life of Jewish people today. There's a story that's told of Rav Shimon Schwab. Rav Schwab, who was the leader of the German Jewish community in Washington Heights. He passed away in 1995. And he tells a story of a time when he was a young man, he was in his early 20s, and he spent a Shabbat with the Chafetz Chaim, the great Chafetz Chaim, in his home, in his yeshiva. And he spent a Shabbat there. And on Friday night, the great Chafetz Chaim got up and he said a Devar Torah. And in his words of Torah, he said, there's a midrash that explains that the manna, that the man that fell from heaven could taste like anything you wanted it to if you thought about something. So if you thought that, I want this manna, this miraculous bread that falls from heaven, this miraculous mazon, this miraculous sustenance, I want it to taste like chocolate. Create the taste, right? So the manna would taste like chocolate. If he said, I want the manna to taste like pot roast, bam, the manna would taste like pot roast. That's the midrash. And the Chafetz Chaim then asked his students, Rav Shimon Schwab was there, he asked the students, what happens if you don't think about anything? What does the manna taste like if you don't have anything in your mind, if you don't think about anything? So he asked the question. Nobody answered the question. So he answered it. And he said, what does the manna taste like if you don't think like anything? It tastes like nothing, right? But the Chafetz Chaim didn't stop there, because he said, what does that mean? It means that when spiritual things occur, if we don't have kavanah, if we don't have intentionality, if we aren't thinking about them, if we're not being purposeful about spiritual things in our lives, then they'll just pass us by. It'll be like they taste like nothing. There'll be no ta'am. There'll be no essence, no spiritual life inside of them. If you go to a minyan in any of the wonderful synagogues that we have in our city, and we just sit by and we say, oh, let the prayer happen, whatever, we haven't affected that prayer. If we do a mitzvah and we haven't invested ourselves, if we haven't been intentional in that mitzvah, then the mitzvah will have no taste. It'll have no ta'am of its own. So everything spiritual that happens, we have to be intentional about. And in that way, we give it a taste. In that way, we give it a purpose. In that way, we're able to smell and to experience the essence of miracle. And I think in many ways, the same thing is true about Medinat Yisrael. There's so many things, miraculous things about the state of Israel, the way the Israeli people, the way the state has impacted the lives of the entire world in such a short period of time, whether that's in the realm of literature, or if it's in the realm of science, or of medicine, or of military, or of agriculture. We see how this small nation has miraculously impacted for the better the lives of so many. And we have a choice. The choice is, do we choose to look at all these things that have happened, that have defied statistics, as just, well, that's because politics, or that's because of society, or that's because of this or that or the other thing? Or do we choose to look at it with an eye that always seeks the miraculous, that always seeks to find the spiritual meaning behind everyday occurrences? And if we do that, if we look at the state of Israel as a miracle, then everything that the state of Israel does, everything that it stands for, that it represents for so many, not just its own citizens, but so many around the world, can be viewed as nothing short of a miracle. So I really encourage us all today. We've had such a wonderful concert of singing and of songs, of nostalgic songs of Medinat Yisrael and of the Chalutzim and the pioneers and of the history. But I hope that all of us also take a moment to think about the miracle of the state of Israel, how Kadosh Baruch Hu, how God has created and helped us to see a time in the lives of the Jewish people that we have no choice but to acknowledge the incredible hand which is guiding this whole process. So my bracha for everybody is that we take a moment to stop and to reflect on the incredible Kedusha, on the incredible holiness that Israel means for us in our lives and the lives of so many, and that we choose to view it that way, so that we can imbue every experience that we have with it as a sort of a miracle, putting our own ta'am, putting our own taste, our own sense of Kedusha in every encounter we have with it. So Chag Sameach and Yom Huledet Sameach LaEretz Yisrael and Medinat Yisrael, and I wish you all the best and a wonderful evening.
Thank you so much, Rabbi Milner, for that beautiful teaching and blessing. A big thank you to Rabbi Neil Blumoff for guiding us through this afternoon so masterfully. Thank you to Consul General Gilad Katz for his meaningful words at the beginning. Thank you to all our amazing clergy and performers for making this event so special. And thank you all for tuning in on Zoom or on Facebook to create community with us. We will see you soon. Have a great afternoon.